So instead of doing if Grimlock met and Glavin is fused, even I had to admit that was pretty confusing for me. I don't know why I posted that. But yeah, we're gonna just, ignore that. And today we have Monster X versus the Justice League. So this is basically my standard Monster X here. Basically Monster X with all of King Ghidorah's abilities here. Because again, it actually would make sense here. If you guys don't know, Monster X is an evolved form of King Ghidorah, meaning basically base King Ghidorah, pretty much, evolved into another form, and then stack Kaiser Ghidorah on top of it with, all that stuff. And he's going against the Justice League. He's going against the 2018 incarnation of the League, which is probably one of the most powerful in my opinion. So that's Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash, Barry Allen, John Stewart, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Hawkgirl, and Cyborg. Yeah, so that's a lot of people. So it's a 9 versus 1 matchup here. And yeah, let's begin. We'll also be dropping Monster X down to about human size here. So that, again, it's a much more interesting and fun matchup to basically imagine here. So let's begin here. Now, when I actually was thinking about this matchup and doing the research for it, I actually thought about this in two ways here. Because if you guys don't know, Monster X is pretty sadistic, and he also has that serious side. Now, if you get the sadistic side, you have a clear chance depending on what tier you are. Considering the Justice League members here, except for Batman, and maybe even Aquaman or in Cyborg, but whatever. We'll say the others do anyway. So minus Batman, the Justice League do have planet to universal attack potency, which does put them in the realm of harming Monster X here. So again, that really shouldn't be a surprise entirely here. But again, this is about two things here. One is Monster X playing with you, or if Monster X is serious here. Because if Monster X is playing with the Justice League here, they have a clear shot at winning here, because he's going to play around and it's very possible they could take him, right? Now, if we get a serious Monster X, this fight is pretty much done here. Monster X will straight up use every amount of versatility he has to absolutely torture the Justice League and pretty much just rip them to shreds here. But yeah, let's go into this battle and say that it's a random encounter. Monster X invades Earth, the Justice League is called in, and then bada bing, bada boom, a fight ensues as they already just evacuated the city, right? Okay. So first things first, we have to look at physicality. Physically speaking, the Justice League may have Martian Manhunter, who I would definitely count as the strongest one out of the league, considering the fact that Superman fears him for every power he has. Plus, I would also say the next one would be, again, Superman. I think that's for obvious reasons. This is Superman we're talking about here, who has all that super strength and just capable of just, destroying planets with his blows, hurting Darkseid and Doomsday very casually here, being able to harm Black Adam with his blows. So again, it's, you have, it's obvious. It's Superman. Come on now. Next one, you could actually say this is contentious between Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Okay, considering the fact that Arthur can be seen as Diana's equal on land, this has actually been shown on multiple times, and he's her superior under the water. So again, Wonder Woman and Aquaman can definitely say be on equal standfoot, as it is a very consistent feat for Aquaman to start trading blows with Wonder Woman and hold her own. Even a time where they both were mind controlled to see each other as their mortal enemies, people they wouldn't normally hold back against. And again, these guys pretty much fought each other till they, you know, had a double KO. So again, they're shown to be very relative towards each other. So then we have definitely Cyborg and Hawkgirl at the lower end here. Hawkgirl does not have the most impressive feats here. Yes, she's able to harm beings like Etrigan, harm beings like Apex Luthor with her mace and stuff. Then there's Cyborg, who's actually been able to harm Shazam, Grail, and Wonder Woman with his blows. But again, he is not on their same level. He actually gets tossed aside and ripped apart a lot by these kind of characters. So again, it's very safe to say he's not on their exact level. Same with Hawkgirl, definitely not on the same level. She does have the feats to say that yeah, she can contend with these heavy hitters, but she's not exactly on their level. Considering that Black Adam just casually ripped her wings off and booted her like a football. Like it was absolutely ridiculous. So you might say, okay, with all that power, they should be able to overpower Monster X, right? Well, no. Again, Monster X is an evolved form of Ghidorah. So what has King Ghidorah done? So King Ghidorah, both in manga and in the comics, mind you, is overpowering Godzilla. It's very consistent and it's very simple here. Now you might say, how strong is Godzilla? Godzilla is so strong, the fact that the writers, who actually had the rights to Godzilla at the time in Marvel, said that the Avengers looked tiny and insignificant compared to Godzilla, that they were literally nothing compared to him. This is actually a writer quote from the Godzilla, from the Godzilla Marvel crossover comic, by the way. So let's talk about that, right? That Godzilla was so strong that he was able to press Thor, Hercules, and Hulk. Also was able to bust out of Invisible Woman's force fields, which can contain, block, and shatter celestial armor. Alright? Even block blasts from celestials. I think that's more than impressive here. So not only is King Ghidorah overpowering just Godzilla, he's overpowering his friends who are relative to Godzilla in certain areas. Even as going so far as to knock out Anguirus with one punch in his Monster X form. Alright? So again, Anguirus is also strong enough and durable enough to take beatings from Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Gigan, and Destroyer. Mechagodzilla as well. And he's able to take these beatings and get back up like nothing happened. Yet Monster X, with one punch, was able to just knock him out completely. Like, fight's over. Monster X is also very capable of manhandling the likes of monsters that were able to harm Ghidorah. For example, Gorosaurus. He was able to toss Gorosaurus around like it was nothing. Gorosaurus was actually able to break King Ghidorah's back with one kick. King Caesar, someone who relatively scales to Godzilla and who have actually made the argument before that would actually be better than Kong in the Monsterverse. Actually much more intelligent and is actually able to rip apart Chalapods amped with other monsters' DNA. He's also tossed around the Gargantuan brothers like they're absolutely nothing. The Gargantuan brothers have been able to again beat down and actually beat Godzilla. So yeah, he's ridiculously strong here and is a known team buster. Plus, again, Godzilla himself being able to make these Marvel heroes like Hercules, Thor, and Hulk look insignificant. Now you might say, Legendary, can you give me that scaling real quick? Let me hear that wonderful scaling you have, right? So that's very easy. Hulk is capable of destroying universes in his fights, even lighting up a realm or a universe where light was not supposed to exist, and he did it with a thunderclap. So again, that's that same God, so that same Hulk, right? This is classic days I'm talking about here, by the way. Got one shot by Godzilla with a simple stump. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to believe, isn't it? It's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, absolutely ridiculous here. Now Thor, classic days, right? Was just smacking around Celestials. Even if you want to say, well, not current time because he's powered up by the power of Cosmic and the Odin Force at the same time here. But you know, pre-cosmic worthy, pre-Odin Force Thor. Basically anything that's not in the current comics, right? Was still capable of fighting against Dark Celestials, right? This was also unworthy Thor. So yeah. This Thor was capable of fighting against Dark Celestials who scale above normal Celestials because they killed those Celestials. These same Celestials scale above Odin, Zeus, etc. and etc. And these guys, these Avengers, right? Sorry. So Thor was actually capable of fighting against these guys with no problem at all. So again here, this makes Godzilla an absolute beast here. And then there's Hercules, who's just recently took a beating from his father Zeus, who was also powered by the power cosmic. Even managed to damage him and take out his eye. Like, really? Nah. Then there's the versatility side, right? Now, easily, I definitely say speed goes to the Justice League. They can definitely use their speed to their advantage here, but that's just as far as it goes here. They do have a speed advantage, but it's not by much. Monster X has been able to surprise Rodan with his speed before, even being able to blindside and blitz Manga, even being able to blitz Mothra and Batara, who are both capable of moving through time under their own speed. No speed force needed. But yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say here that these guys are definitely faster, to many times faster than light. The same as Flash, who's casually able to move through, time and, just go back and forth into everywhere. Just move in nanoseconds, attoseconds, picoseconds. So you guys understand that, right? Yeah. So yeah. So again, it's an advantage, but again, it's not much here. Now let's get into the stuff here. Versatility, right? Now, Monster X easily takes this. Alright, here's the why. He's got telepathy, he's got intangibility, invisibility, space-time distortion, shadow manipulation, gravity manipulation, black hole manipulation. Black hole manipulation, pyrokinesis, right? He's able to breathe fire. Magnetic manipulation. So you know it's already over. So I think you guys actually understand this. Magnetic manipulation. He has teleportation, life force absorption, energy absorption, gravity beams, electrical. He has electric biology. He has bioelectrical biology. Okay. He also has electricity manipulation or electrokinesis. Okay. So yeah. It's ridiculous how many powers and abilities he has, right? It's I think we all can agree it's absolutely ridiculous here. So yeah, let's really just get into this fight in general. How do I think this goes down here? Now, unfortunately, with the league not having any prep time, Batman, this actually just doesn't go in their favor at all. I think Monster X actually does the drop game. And honestly, if the league members actually go in there and they all start an all-out fight here, Monster X is going to pick them off one by one, and it's actually going to be a lot easier here. Considering he has gravity manipulation, he can actually use the gravity to crush opponents or at least pin them to the ground, right? So imagine if you want to say, oh, Flash is just way too fast for him to tag. Okay, so how's he going to outrun the entire planet's gravity? About to crush him. There's also the fact that he can actually bend the space and time around his opponents and their attacks and have them miss him, so he doesn't even have to move. So he can also just mind hack one of the members of the Justice League and then just, have them attack the other. Yes, Martian Manhunter can undo it, but again, that's going to be pretty much it depends on the opponents he chooses. The Justice League actually has poor telepathic resistance because Martian Manhunter, Gorilla Grodd, even Simon has been able to casually, mind control the league at times. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous at this point. Despero too. So again, it's absolutely ridiculous how powerful it's actually no, sorry, it's not how interesting it is. It's actually how sad it is how the Justice League actually has poor telepathic resistance, despite the fact that they have telepathic resistance. It's like they have it, but it's very poor. It's like, so are like telepathies just, do writers forget you have telepathy, or is it just too fast for you? Even Flash has admitted he's slower than the speed of thought, which is kind of weird, considering the fact that, again, you fight a giant telepathic gorilla for days here. And even he says if Grodd sees him first, he gets telepathically, he's done for. But if he sees Grodd first, he should have the upper hand. So again, it's very weird how telepathy works in DC. But it's easily faster than light. Same with Godzilla. It's also faster than light, considering they do scale from Marvel. Being able to use their telepathy at the speed of thought. The speed of thought is easily faster than light. It's on every form of media. It's even confirmed to have infinite possibilities and travel through, different planes of existence, even reaching the realm of the Watchers, sometimes even the Living Tribunal. So again, it's just a lot of stuff here. But again, if I had to get to order the Justice League Falls here, Batman's easily the first one out. I mean, I really don't see any reason why he's not the first one out in any type of versus matchup where he and the league are going to get up against a powerful opponent here. And you might say, oh, well, what if he doesn't get to Batman first? Okay, then Hawkgirl or Cyborg are the first ones out. All right, Cyborg especially might be the first one out, considering how poor his durability is. Yeah, he can take hits from Shazam, but once someone really gets like his hands on him, he gets crushed. Plus the magnetic manipulation, he'll possibly be the first one out. Hawkgirl could also be the first one out because Nth Metal is, well, metal. Wonder Woman also, Wonder Woman as well. Even Green Lantern could also be out as well. Matter of fact, I think Green Lantern might be a little bit of a problem, or probably just a double-edged sword here. While his constructs can be helpful for defense and offense, there's also the fact that Monster X can simply just eat the constructs that come at him and just use that energy to boost himself. Same thing with Superman, that solar energy running through his veins. And yes, I do believe Monster X will be able to bite through Superman's skin. He's bitten through Godzilla's skin multiple times. Godzilla is just as durable as Superman. They both tanked supernovas. They both tanked black holes. Alright? They both tank attacks from Skyfather level beings. It's pretty simple and easy here. So, yeah, if I had to go to drop game, Cyborg or Hawkgirl are out first. Maybe Cyborg, because again, the magnetism. Next one I have to say is Hawkgirl. Then I would have to say if Monster X decides that he's too much of a threat, too much of a problem, Martian Manhunter could be the first one to go here. And considering he could use telepathy, it's very possible that Batman's, knowledge of the Justice League can be used against them. Alright, so imagine if he subtly reads Batman's mind to the point where, he's in his head but Batman can't feel it. He'll simply use fire on Martian Manhunter, or pretty much have Martian Manhunter in a mental battle while he's dealing with the rest of the league. Yes, he's known to multitask because remember, he's still a Ghidorah. He has 3 heads. That would also mean 3 brains that can actually do multitasking functions. So he could fight off Martian Manhunter with 1 brain while dealing with the league and the rest here. Meanwhile, he'd have another brain telepathically reading Batman's mind here, and he exploits the rest of the Justice League. So again, if I had to really pick someone here, it would be Monster X definitely winning this battle. The next person to fall would definitely be Aquaman and Wonder Woman due to their lack of durability. They actually have a terrible piercing durability weakness. And then you would have Superman and Martian Manhunter being the hardest members. But again, they fall just the same. Green Lantern as well would definitely be in that order. I keep forgetting Green Lantern for some reason. I don't know why. But again, Green Lantern probably gets his hand crushed or probably gets his arms ripped off. Again, Monster X is pretty ruthless, and he might just pull a Mortal Kombat where he rips a limb off and just starts beating somebody with it. So again, it's very, very easy to say here why he wins this fight, more than I can actually argue the Justice League or even the Avengers, in my opinion, winning this kind of fight. He just has way too much going for him. He just has way too much versatility. He's stronger, just as durable, and has just as much versatility as the entire league. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to leave it here.